Hello. Happy Friday. Yeah, I am like really bundled up. It is warm in this room, supposedly. So, let's get my voice going. I don't talk enough before I actually get on and start talking here. One of the problems of. I talk to hubby, but I don't talk in a good, clear. We're right there. We're right next to each other. Anyway, it's that kind of weather anyway. This has been a long stretch of winter. And of course, we got the winter storm, and I hope everybody's doing okay. We are doing okay. We didn't lose electric, and so we didn't lose heat. We didn't get much ice. Very, very, very little. And then we got snow. So, all in all, ours wasn't really like a winter storm like everybody else is getting. Ours is just kind of the nuisance of, yeah, the car needs cleaned off if we go anywhere, and I'm not going to go anywhere because they're getting the roads clear, but why bother today? We just stay home. I don't know if we'll go out tomorrow or not. A lot of times we do on Saturdays. So I got a lot done today. Some of it was fiber related, some of it wasn't. And it was a good day. I had to keep moving so that I stayed warm because it has been very, very cold. I'm going to do some plying tonight. Let me get my keyboard out of the way. I have been spinning fiber that is unknown breed. Some of it dyed, some of it natural colored, from Woolly Knob Mill. This is a single of a blend, right? It had everything in it. Everything. All sorts of nubbly little things. Whoops. My thing's falling apart there. So it's bumpy, lumpy, rustic. And then I'm going to ply it with what I was spinning the other night, which is this really fuzzy, pretty, unknown again breed. Looks silver. I don't know if it really is silver or if it's off-white, white with some black in it. And it's just, I don't know. It looks like a silver white. It looks like my hair, almost exactly. Even down to, I have black hairs in there. My mom had that too, all the way into, from her 90s, all the way through her entire life. But it was white like this, mostly. And then she had, many years ago, she had a cancer where they gave her chemo and she lost her hair. And it grew back the same. We both thought maybe it would grow back different. Gray, I guess I sort of understand, but I really didn't know because she was gray before, when she got the chemo, and I kind of wondered whether it would grow back gray or not, but it did. So that was something I hadn't really ever thought about. Anyway, let me go to camera for the Ara. Right there. And I don't have a bobbin on there yet. I have to put a bobbin on to apply on too. Wow, that's a long leader. All right. Go this way. And you are. Oh, wait, no. I'm flying. Let's go the other direction. Undo. Undo. And then go this way. Don't want to go that way as easily. Alright. Now, do I have a loop on here? Yes, I do. Alright. There we go. I'm ready to play. Both of these are woolen spun, which, I probably should say semi-woolen because it's not a. Well, yeah, it is a top prep. I mean, it's a not top. It's not. When you spin woolen, you want roving. So I guess it's pretty close to a true. And yes, it's going to be very barber pole. I just am into the barber pole these days, it seems like. I've been using this Ara a lot. I am deciding that after tonight, I'm going to put it up and go back to spinning on the Roberta for a while. It needs a little bit of work again. It's not making noise, but I think it needs this Allen nut tightened, which means I gotta find my Allen wrench. Hi, KB. All of your advent fibers are barber poled? That's part of what's going on, yes. This is not advent fiber, but that's exactly what's going on. You're right. Except for when I took one solid color and self-plied it on itself. Just two. One coming up each side of me. This is fiber from a mill in Indiana called Woolly Knob that does not do it for commercial anymore, but he does his own sheep because he still has the mill, and it comes this way in this great gigantic ball. There, I bought 2 of these balls. I thought I was buying a pound, but what I got was more like 13 ounces, 13 and a half ounces. It's still plenty of fiber. You know. He didn't advertise it as a pound. He just had. I have a feeling that somehow his mill will put out the same amount, or that that he can make the setting. I don't really know, but anyway, they were about 13 and a half ounces, both of them, which is an odd number. That's a really odd number. Well, I agree with you normally, but I don't for him. He's a buddy, and I know the work. I know that he's not really doing anything else, and so it was half of the fiber that I bought at the one and only fiber fair I went to last year. So I'm fine with it, but I agree with you. I feel if I even want to sell anything, yarn anything, I'm going to tell them right up front how many yards, how many ounces, whatever they want to know. More than they want to know. I snuck in on your and lurked on your stream today. Ooh, I kind of like the way it looks. It's barber poled, but anyway, I was there looking at your bird feeder. I like the bird feeder camera. That was pretty cool, except that I'm yelling at the cat, go away, go away, go away, which is, I have the same problem. I have a cat that stocks our bird feeder too. So, um, and we have squirrels. Squirrels are just, they'll empty a feeder in a heartbeat. You didn't make it to any fiber fairs? Yeah. Yeah, I hope. You know, I am so conflicted because I want to go to every single one I can. But there is no fun in going if you don't buy something. And I don't need more fiber. I just don't. I am tearing my hair out trying to get stuff processed and spun and, washed. And I have so much. So I need to not go. And that makes me sad. Because it's a social thing too. Maybe I just need to be stronger and just go for the social and not buy anything. But like I say, they're buddies. I have vended with these people. I have known them for years. And if they've got something for sale that I like the look of, I'd like to buy it from them. So, oh, they had 30% off. That's when I got mine. They had 30% off. That's cool. Did you get different colors? That's the one thing. I haven't been there to look to see if they got, different colors in. Or did you get white? To dye it. I have not tried to dye that fiber. I think you would have the best luck with RIT. I don't think acid dyes would work. And I'm not sure even, the black walnut might, because it pretty much dyes anything, stains anything. But I'm not sure much of the natural dyes would work either. That's my problem. I have not spent time at my drum carder or the great big combs. But I'm getting other stuff done in the house, which is a good part of what I need to do also. There are things that I can't ignore while I have the time off during the winter and don't have to be outside mowing or, doing my garden or whatever. I have more time in the house right now. So I am doing that stuff. A lot of sorting and organizing and getting rid of. Made a big Goodwill run the other day, and going through books. I haven't gone to half price yet, but that kind of stuff. 2 different grays, the same pale pink, some Rainbow Riot, and Winter Solstice is what I spun. I love that color. That was the multi-purpley color. That was my favorite. Not real fond of the pink. But I will use it for, I hope, a baby blanket or something. Yeah, Winter Solstice is my favorite. You're going to have a lot to spin then, because those are 10 ounces, I think, if you bought just one. I kind of like how that's looking. It's got the blues and the browns, one of each. Yeah. Anyway, I also wanted to tell you, I was tickled with your cat high-fiving. That's a cute trick. I can't believe it. I've never tried to train my cat to do any kind of trick. I had one cat that would retrieve a ball, but a little toy cat ball. But I've never really had any other cat do anything like that. Hi, Miss Bandit. You won't believe what I spent a couple hours doing today. I want to do a Valentine on perforated paper, and it's 14 count, so I need embroidery floss. And I have a pattern. I have a little pattern for a heart that I want to make. And I got my embroidery floss out, and I went, and I have not cross stitched without having bought a kit, if you understand what I'm saying, where the floss was already there, right? I haven't done a free form one, or whatever. So I haven't looked at my floss for a long time, and sometime I must have hit a garage sale or something like that, because I had a floss bobbin box with bobbins in it, but no real floss that I didn't remember having. And I had found a big, huge bag of floss that had multiples of the same color. Like somebody had bought a lot from a store that had closed or something like that, right? Or they bought a dozen of one of these colors, and there was more than one color that way, but it was just really weird. It isn't like one or two skeins like I'd buy for myself for a project. I had to sort all that out. It bugged me to have it just all jumbled up together and everything, so that's why I spent a couple hours today sorting out my floss. Got it all put together with light colors, and now I'm good to go. But I need to get that Valentine made. I am doing good. How are you doing today? I also visited your stream a little bit today. It was right at the end. But that was a pretty blanket you were crocheting. I gathered that maybe that was like something you found that you had started or somebody had started. I may not have spun enough of this gray for plying. That would be frustrating. I thought I spun a whole bunch, but there was actually a lot of this multicolor. So we'll see. I'm going to play single chicken here. Your best friend gave me the yarn a year ago for your birthday, and you found a pattern you like and wanted to try it. Oh, okay. You've worked on it inconsistently since June. Very good. Well, it's pretty. It's very pretty, and I like the pattern. I was doing some spinning stuff, and I just didn't chat. I lurked in yours and KB's stream. Until I was done with doing what I was spinning, then I went and worked upstairs. Hubby got my bookcase stabilized. It's sitting on carpet, and it was really leaning. And before I put anything in it, I told him, I said, this isn't going to work. It's not going to stay upright if I, put anything in it. So he put a board underneath the front so that gave it a firm front to rest on. And then he attached it in the back to the wall with galvanized metal strapping, or which you put on the, you just attach to the bookcase and attach to the wall on either side. So it's not the best thing, because if it comes out of the wall, if it's going to fall, it could just pull out of the wall. But it's way better than it was. So now I feel better about putting stuff in it. We had a productive day. I don't know why. Some days are just like that. Some days nothing gets done. Nothing at all. I mean, first of all, it helps us stay home. A lot of times we will run, we'll just go do these 2 errands, and then it takes hours, and a good part of the day's gone. tag is making me itch. See if I can get that tag situated there. Boy, I've been doing a lot of plying lately. So I've started watching the Olympics. I record it because sometimes it's been on really odd, crazy hours. I guess because they're doing it live from Beijing. I don't record everything. I'm not going to try and watch everything. But pick 2 or 3 things a day or so. Of course, right now was the opening ceremony. Okay, KB. You take care. Stay safe and warm. And I'll see you in stream sometime. Mass Bennett, you probably are. You got to work tomorrow too, I imagine. You have to leave around. It takes you an hour to get there. Yeah. About a 35-minute drive, but you have a special boot to immobilize your ankle that takes the time to get on. Oh, wow. Yeah. I didn't know that. Is it on your left foot for, or is it on your right foot for driving? Oh, okay. So who drives you? So somebody drives you? That's good. Okay, so you don't wear it while you're driving. I got it. Never mind. I figured it out. Yeah, you put it on when you get to work. I just like it clicked finally. It was like click. Yeah, it's like when I used to put my knee supports on when I was working before I had my surgeries. This is going to be a big skein of yarn. It's going to be fairly bulky and it's going to be very fuzzy. Very fuzzy. In fact, some of the fuzz is getting up in my nose. Oh. The circus is in town. Next big town to us. Ringling Brothers is here. I only know that because they were showing it on the morning news program this morning. They're doing their show tonight and I guess afternoons and evenings of the weekend. Yeah, guess what? Their their elephant has my name, not Yarn Spinner's Tales, but my real name. I was like, oh well, okay. I gave the elephant my name. No, there is one traveling. They're based out of Florida. I mean, they have their big top, permanent location someplace in Florida. And it's Ringling Brothers, I'm pretty sure. Let me Google that. See if it's still called that. I don't know. Huh. Well, you're right. Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey closed for good in 2017. So I wonder who. Alright, I wonder who the circus is that's in town. Let me Google that. They may not have a name that we're familiar with. Oh, they call it the Corsair Shrine Circus. Shriner Circus. That's right. They had the Shriners there. Okay. It's called the Shriner Circus. So I actually don't know where they have a base. They Ringling Brothers used to be in Florida. I guess that closed in 2017. And Cosair is one of our hospitals. I mean that it's the children's hospital that the Shriners support. That's why it says Cosair Shriner. Yep. Things do change, don't they? They were saying something about this circus being in existence for 90 years. I don't know whether they just renamed the business, and most of the people from the other circuses came to this one. Man, I think I'm going to take it easy this weekend. I worked hard this week. House cleaning and cooking and going through things and sorting and oh goodness. are you? I was getting buffering when I was watching KB this afternoon. She was buffering. It has to be Twitch. It's gotta be the weather and everything. Sorry about that, because it's not showing it here at all. You know, I don't have the little drop frame message with Streamlabs or anything. But I was getting buffering when I was watching KB. I didn't get it with yours. So, you know, I have no idea. It could be my end, could be your end, could be Twitch. Could, who knows? It is that crazy weather, I'm sure. I wasn't even sure I'd get to stream tonight when they were predicting the winter weather coming in. You know, they were really ramping up the anxiety over it, and I made sure we had firewood on the porch so that if we lost our electric, we'd have heat. You know, that's about all I did. But I really was like, well, I'll probably lose my electric. I probably won't be able to stream Friday night. And that's not true. We never lost our electric once. We didn't get ice. We didn't get a lot of ice. It rained for 2 days straight. It rained all day yesterday. It rained all day the day before. I mean, there was flood warnings out. There's water everywhere in my yard, standing water. And mud. Ugh, mud everywhere. Right now it's frozen, but it'll thaw again in 2 days. You had cold and snowy there today, so you didn't go out. I should leave early and get gas on the way to work. Yeah, it's always good to have a full gas tank. And it's one of my rules for winter. But we haven't had a winter like this for quite a while. It's been a very cold winter for us, and that's unusual. Isn't that interesting? Huh. Every time we had snow and stuff come, it was like even south of us, down around the Kentucky Tennessee border. Now there are mountains there, and that's part of it. But it kind of surprised me that the path that the storms were taking this winter, especially the last two, not the one that just went through, but the two that went through before that in January. Yep, gonna have to spin more gray. Not gonna get it all plied because there's not gonna be enough gray. That's alright. I got the bobbin and I got the gray right here. I'll probably change bobbins that I'm plying onto also. Are you working on anything tonight, Mass Bandit? Or just relaxing? Oh, okay. That sounds fun. That's a fun Friday night thing to do. Alright, that's the end of the gray. And not the end of the multi, so gotta spin some more gray. It's kind of pretty. It is at what we call barber pole, where you get the two colors showing, because there's two distinct colors to it. Stretch break. Good time for a stretch break. Oh. Run in place. You play most nights? That's nice. I don't have any buddies that I play with. I have several games that I play that have like alliances, so I know people, and sometimes we talk, but we aren't really playing the game together. I tend to do world building games, which as opposed to partner or play against another person kind of game. There was a time when hubby and I were playing Scrabble against each other. Not on a board, but, on our pads. It was kind of funny. Because we have a Scrabble board. I mean, we could play. but it's kind of nice because you can take a turn when you have time, and they can take a turn when they have time. So, it's better. It was better that way. We were both working. But then he has so much trouble with his vision. He can't really do that anymore. He plays some games on a computer that they're great big, right? He can see them pretty good. So he has some things to occupy a little time. I have to start treadling slower. When I apply, I treadle real fast. Treadle too fast doing this, I'll get too much twist in it. Make it kinky. Kinky yarn. Ooh, I need to hydrate. I just realized I'm really thirsty. I had leftover beef stroganoff for supper, and I think it was pretty well seasoned. I didn't season it. It's the packet of stroganoff seasoning that you buy, so I'm sure it had quite a bit of sodium in it, or salt. Don't make it very often, but it is a good thing to use up when I make a roast beef. Use up the rest of the beef. Hi, all crafty. Happy Friday evening. How are you? I hope you're doing good. Are you safe out of the storm and everything okay? Or did you not get it? It said 13 states were affected by the storm. I don't know what they were. It's cold there. You didn't get too much storm. You're trying to enjoy the weekend after a super rough week at work. Oh, yes. Please get a wonderful, restful weekend. Oh my. You have anything fun planned? We are not going anywhere because, well, if we, I just don't think we need to go out, even though the roads are pretty well taken care of now. We took care of all of our errands during the week, and it was like, I don't want to go anywhere. So we don't have anything planned. I would like to just sit and watch the Olympics, what I have recorded of it, and do some crocheting and knitting. Sometimes that doesn't happen. One thing I get tired of, I can't sit long. I can't stand long. I can't, I have to bounce around. I'm not hyperact. I'm not hyperactive. I can't do the same thing for long periods of time. So I bounce around between housework and not housework, or outside work and inside work if the weather's better. You're doing a bit of plying with a cup of tea. I just finished plying this gray with a multi, and I ran out of the gray, so now I'm having to spin more gray so I can finish plying that. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. Like my was plying. Talk about playing and I go the wrong way. I start playing. I didn't realize how much of the moldy I had single, so I thought I had spun enough of this gray, but I didn't. I may try and run up to my library tomorrow. Put 2 books on hold on the internet. I don't know if they'll call if they have them or not. They're coming from a different branch. Because ours, I think they do that a lot at what the one that's real close to me. It's little, and I don't think they have, you know, the big inventory like the main branch does. I miss going to the big city library. When I worked in the big city, and since I worked in that county, I could get their library card. Now that I no longer work in that county, I can't get it. Kind of miss going. The big one was really cool because it's, you know, like a research library for the university, and they had a lot of off the wall books. I liked going and just looking at the knitting and spinning books. Some of the spinning books were old. I mean, really old. Not really old, but like from the 60s and 70s, right? Not the newer spinning books, which is cool because I already have those, right? It was fun to find the old ones to look at. I'm such a bookaholic. I can't go past one of those. Have you ever seen the Little Book? They're out in public places, like in front of the Y and some churches and some schools and things like that, and you people leave books that they don't want, and you can take a book. You can leave a book, you know, if you want. Usually, if I take a book, the next time I try and take one and leave it, but I also try and take it back after I read it to that. But anyway, it's cute. It's called the Little Book House. You do, Mass Bandit? Yeah. I know that that's a thing all over the United States because I have run into them when I was traveling in various places, Georgia and stuff like that. I always have to look if I run into one. I read Discord, and everybody, a lot of people have their "What are you reading?" Thread on their Discord. Gosh, I'm forever finding more. I go find them as an ebook from my library, if I can. But the one thing I never have done, for as much as I love books, is join a book club, a discussion group. I was never able to while working because I work second shift, and I just really am not going to take the time now, even though I'm retired. I don't think, I'm not going to say never, but it's just not something I do. I remember when my spinning knitting group, we would meet at a bookstore's cafe, Barnes and Noble Cafe, and every once in a while, there was a book club there. Boy, they get in some heated discussions. Maybe that's what I don't want to do. I don't want to get into any kind of argumentative situation. I don't like that. You consume them voraciously. Oh, that's. Yeah, I know. Oh, what happens is I'll read on a somewhat regular schedule and not, voraciously until I get to like the last three chapters. And then it's like, don't bother me. I'm finishing this book. You've read 3 books this week. Very good. They, that is that is something because I read a lot, but I really never finish. It's rare for me to finish a book. in a week unless I borrow it from the library. I will read more assertively if I know I have a deadline to get it back. Most of the my reading is on my iPad. Um, when I get it from the library, I've got 21 days. That's plenty of time. But and I listen to a fair number of audiobooks too, as opposed to reading. I do. I can do an audiobook in a week because I listen before I go to sleep. Sometimes I wake up in the middle of the night and I listen quite a bit, so I'm more apt to finish those quickly than actual reading of an actual book. Yeah. Oh, it's perfect, isn't it? Especially if you're not a TV watcher. I have a little bit of trouble because hubby is a constant TV watcher, which means I either have to put the headphones on or go to a different room. And generally, I just go to a different room. That's why I tend to do it before I fall asleep. Go lay down in bed and listen to the audiobook. I'm just about done with the one I'm listening to right now, which is a series based of detective stories based in Iceland. It's translated from the Icelandic, and let me tell you, they kind of got a little different perspective. Things don't end the way I expect them to end. You know? And I think that's a cultural difference. One of them, the main character, who is a lady detective, she's 65. She's getting ready to retire. End of the book, she gets captured by the bad person, and of course you think that, of course, somebody's going to come galloping along and save her, and it doesn't happen. The book ends with her death, and it was just like, wow. Okay, that's just not the way they usually write them here in English. I know. It's like, huh. Like I said, I think it's perspective. They're not true life stories. They are novels. Um, I can see that happening in a true life story. Okay. I have to clarify that. They are novels. You, yeah. So does my hubby. He can't stand it if we watch a movie and it doesn't have a happy ending. It's just like you like your happy ever after stories. Yes, the bad guy cannot get away with it. All right, I'm going to take a little finger break here. Get a drink of water. Oh. Oh, man. Well, this ball's starting to look a little bit smaller. There is so much fiber here. My goodness. It's a lot of sheep. I think I'll make some brownies tomorrow. Doesn't that sound good? Chocolate fudge brownies. I need a treat. Probably. I was going to make lasagna for supper anyway. That means the oven will be on. That'll work. I thought you might be saying something like that, Mass Bandit. You've got to work tomorrow. Be getting off the computer if you're going to work in the morning. You have also a good night. Sleep good, get good rest, and I hope work goes good for you tomorrow. And I'll see you Sunday morning. I know you're streaming, and I'll be streaming Sunday afternoon. So take care. Good night. I like your little uh, Mass Bandit icon there, emoticon. Rack Attack, that's cute. I won't be on much longer. Anyway, I'm going to stop after I've been on 2 hours. So that'll probably be at the end of this section of fiber that I'm doing. Looks like I'm going to have to spin on this on Sunday stream unless I find some time to spin tomorrow. Yeah, I might. One of the problems is with the house being cold, colder, I mean, it's just drafty, and if I sit in the chair that I normally do my knitting, crocheting, whatever, that kind of stuff, and watch TV, I get very cold. So I have to come in this room to warm up, and this room has all the spinning wheels, so I end up spinning if I come in here. Watch Twitch or something on Stars on my computer here while I'm spinning. I'm almost done with Outlander. I've been watching that on Stars. I'm up to the point where, I mean, she's gone back to England to have her daughter, and I'm right at the point where they're older and her husband has an auto accident and dies. So I know, having read the series, I know that she's going to go back through the stones and go back to Jamie in the next season. I'd sit and read that whole series again if I didn't have so many other books that I really want to read also. It's very rare for me to read anything over again, but some of those big series like that, I'm into pushing to get them read, right, to find out what goes on, and I miss a lot of the nuances, and I'm noticing that as I'm watching it on Stars, and I thought, I wonder how that was in the book. Plus, if I go back and read the book now, I'm going to see the actors from Stars version. Be totally different than what I had when I was just reading the book. Discovery of Witches on something. I read that series. I forget what that's on. And The Wheel of Time, I think that's on Prime. that series. I've read that series. I've started watching that too. That one had a lot of books. What, 7 or 8 books? It was by Robert Jordan. Oh, this spins so fast. It really does. But there wasn't as much on the bobbin. When I thought I was spinning for this plying, I thought, oh man, I had way more than enough. Of course, I didn't even have half. I just barely had more than half of what the other bobbin had on it. So it spins fast, but I'm not getting a lot of yardage. Yay, all crafty. See? You already have a good start to the weekend. You got a yarn done. You're still new to all this? It needs to sit a while before I wash it, correct? I would let it. Is it on the bobbin or... I mean, you have to put it in a skein. So you can put it into the skein right away. And tie it in 3 or 4 places. Then, you can wash it. I tend to let them sit. I tend to let things sit on the bobbin as a single for 24 hours. I ply it, I let it sit a couple hours overnight, and then put it in a skein. I let it sit on the Niddy Noddy for like a day. I figured that I'm in no hurry for the yarn, and I just figure it settles in better. But that's because I have so much other things to do, even as far as spinning goes, that I can do that. But I can't let it sit for a long time because I need the tools as I continue to spin, more single and then have to ply and on and on. So yeah, you can go to the Niddy Noddy, but then I'd let it sit on the Niddy Noddy. After you tie it, let it sit on the Niddy Noddy, like overnight or whatever. Or if you don't have the nitty knotty to put to do the skein, I mean, you do it on the back of chairs or however you make your skeins. But you're going to want it as a skein to wash it. This is like eating fresh baked chocolate chip cookies, spinning this fiber. I mean, it goes so fast. I'm going to go ahead and do another one here. Just one more. Just one more. Let's see. Need to move this. Get this back half of this bobbin filled in. KB was running a movie tonight. She usually does it Monday, but she was running one. It's a more recent one. I really wanted to see it, but here I am. I need to. I stream on Friday nights, so I couldn't do it. It's alright. I probably can find it on Prime or something like that. Ouch. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Something's biting me. Almost done with this little bit. Don't go that way, go this way. I never caught her movie nights on Monday nights because I used to watch football all the time. I gotta start trying to do that on Monday nights now. Well, I suppose this would be enough to ply. I'll leave it sitting on there for right now in case I want to add some more. Sore thumb. Can't see it, but my cat got me. He got me with his sharp nail. Okay. Oops, wrong one. No social media. Okay, I'm going to say goodnight. I am not going to go raid anybody because we don't have but 2 viewers tonight. Everybody's on date night. And I don't feel like sitting here and talking a little bit while people stream. When I go raid somebody, I'd like to stay and talk. So I'm ready to go crawl in bed and listen to my book. I think I'm going to finish it tonight. So have a great weekend. It's the weekend. All crafty, I hope you have a really good, restful weekend. And I will be back Sunday afternoon, and we'll talk all about the weekend then, too. All right. See you later, guys. Happy spinning. You're welcome, All Crafty. Good night, HG. Have a good weekend.